Peace, love, and light. Welcome to Tommy Bites Homestead. So you guys, today I'm trying something new. I've been wanting a bread maker for a while, and I've been putting off looking for one. So I was watching Our Tribe of Many, and she was saying, just go ahead and do it. Find you one, preferably a used one or a free one in case you don't like doing it. And that's what I did. I went out today by chance. I've been passing this Goodwill for a while, and I decided to go in there. Little did I know I would find a bread maker in there. I just went in to look. I wasn't necessarily looking for that because I said, well, that's not going to be in there. I even had this on my wish list for Amazon.
This was truly a fail. This was the bread machine from hell. The thing started smoking, like the dough started rising, and the next thing you know, it was smoking. Then the motor gave out. So, plan B, let's make yeast rolls.
So I will be taking this back to the Goodwill, getting my $10 because I had 7 days to do a return. I do not recommend getting a used anything from the Goodwill when it comes to that. Now, some people have had luck, but I did not. So what I'm about to do, because I don't want to waste this beautiful bean footage, is show y'all my yeast roll recipe that I got from Stovetop Kisses. And I made this a few months ago. And so I'm going to show you that. I got those homemade yeast rolls. Please like the video.
I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah.
So you want to start with 2 cups of warm milk and a half a cup of honey. And I want to welcome y'all to the channel, and if you're new, go ahead and like this video. So let's get into the rest of the ingredients. So the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon, but I only use a half a teaspoon of salt. And I put it in before I did the yeast, but you can do it either way. So now I just added the yeast, and you want to stir that around, mix that up real good, and then you want to let it sit. You want the yeast to wake up. So I let the yeast sit for about 5 minutes, and now I'm going to add 2 egg yolks. Not the whole eggs, just the yolk. Now you want to add 8 tablespoons of softened salted butter, which would be 1 stick. Now I'm adding 5 cups of all-purpose flour. Technically, I added 5.5. Now you can use your hands to whisk this together, but I'm going to use my KitchenAid, and I'm just going to gently have it on the lowest setting possible because you don't want to over mix it. The dough is still a little wet, so I'm adding a little bit of flour while it's mixing. That's why I meant by 5.5. So I've floured my counter, and now the dough is ready. I'm just going to take it out of here and put it on my counter and start kneading. So because the dough is still a little wet, I'm just sprinkling enough flour on it so it doesn't stick to my hand or the counters, and I'll be doing that throughout the process. And I'm kneading with almost the base part of my hand, and then I'm rolling it with the other hand. And you want to do this for a good 5 minutes. Work the dough and make sure, you know, it feels kind of like Play-Doh. So I'm going to speed through it. I'm not going to make you sit for the whole 5 minutes. So this was fun, but now I got to get a grease bowl, sit this dough in that bowl for 45 minutes and cover it with a towel. You want that dough to rise a little bit. So it's been 45 minutes. The dough has risen a little bit. And now we're just going to pull it out after we put some flour on our counter. Now we're going to take our dough out and we're going to form it in the shape of a rectangle and get out our pizza cutter. Or you can use a knife if you don't have a pizza cutter, and you'll see the strips that I cut. So my dough was still just a little sticky. That's why I was putting some flour on it. How big you want your rolls to be is up to you, how wide you cut your strips. So there were 20 rolls. I ended up only making 18 though. And all I'm doing here is rolling it into a ball, just like it's Play-Doh. Roll it into a ball and then pinch it at the bottom and tuck it under. I'll try to get a better angle. Once I roll the ball, then I'm going to place it into my grease skillet. So now I have all 18 balls in my skillet, and I'm just dipping into the honey and butter mixture that I created. You don't have to do this part. That's optional. You can just butter it and not use the honey. Y'all, my son came down. He was like, that's done? I'm like, no, it's not done, but it looks so good. So after I put this butter and honey mixture on here, I will cover it with the towel. Like I said, I can't remember if I said or not. I will cover it with the towel for 20 minutes and then put it in the oven. So it's been 20 minutes. Now I'm going to butter it just a little bit more and I'm going to stick it in the oven. 375 for 15 minutes. I actually had them in there for 20 minutes because I needed them to get brown on top. So I just took them out the oven and I'm putting a little more butter on them. Yes, butter makes it better, okay? I'm putting a little bit of butter on it with the honey mixture. And I'm just going to make sure, like she said, get around them edges. Because ladies, you know you got to get them edges. That's how she said it. And that's what I mean. You got to get them edges. So, y'all, this looks so good. I just want to stick my hand in there right now and eat it up. So y'all, that's it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you gave me as many thumbs up as you can. Look at that goodness right there. Steaming hot. Soft on the inside, y'all. This thing looked delish. And that's my homemade beef stroganoff. Video coming soon. So thank y'all for being here. Please subscribe to the channel. Remember that I love you, but God loves you more. He created only one you, so be the best you that you can be. And when you are, go out and spread God's love. Smooches.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Won't stop for traffic lights.